Hey, welcome to another webinar for Lennox VRF. In this session, I'll be doing a live training or a live show for doing the commissioning using the buttons on the condensing unit. Remember, we have three different methods to do commissioning. Method number one is using the buttons on the condensing unit. Method number two is using the commissioning software. And method number three is using the portable commissioning tool, which is a small controller that you plug into the unit and you do everything from a small controller. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to do the commissioning using the buttons on the condensing unit. So let me give you a little tour to my house so I can show you the controllers and where the units are installed. Let's go. Okay, so this is unit number one. It's installed in the living room. This is a fan coil, a ducted fan coil, that distributes the air to the main living room, the kitchen, and the playroom area for the kids. This is the controller that comes with the fan coils that's included in the box. It's the 15B19. It's a standard controller and it has an easy access from almost all the hallways in the house so that we can easily turn on and off or change the temperature according to what's happening during the day. Now let me show you the other unit that is installed in the master bedroom. Let's go. This is unit number two. It's installed in the master bedroom. It's also a ducted fan coil. The ductwork goes to the main master room, also a closet, and a small one to the bathroom. This is the new controller that we launched a few months ago. It's the 19B24. It's a wired programmable controller. And from here I have access again to everything that's happening in the room. So one of the cool features about this controller is that from here we can view different parameters of the whole system, including operation in the condensing unit, such as compressor frequency, the reading of the temperatures on the sensors, the operation of the motors, and opening of the expansion valves, and on and on and on. We can do the same with the 15B19. The difference is that on the 15B19, on the other one, it's a code that you have to go to the engineering handbook and see what the code means. On this one, it was updated, and the feature about this one is that it has some text, that it gives you an idea of what's going on. In any way, I always recommend go to the engineering handbook, read the text, read the code to get more information of what's happening. So this is a control that we recommend, and we may be having some news for you in the coming weeks. Now let's go and take a look at the third unit that is on the second floor. This is unit number three. It's on the second floor and it has duct for the kids' room and also for my home office. And on this unit I have two controllers, the one for this room and the one in the home office. The reason for the two controllers is that depending on where I am or my wife is, then we can access the control easily from the same room without having to walk to the other room and change the settings. This is also the standard wire controller 15B19 that is included in the box with the fan coil units. Now let's go outside and do the commissioning on the condensing unit. Okay, so this is the condensing unit. It's a 5-ton VRF heat pump, and it's a VEP 060. And let's do the commissioning on this unit. Something very important to keep in mind. On the back of this panel, we have different stickers, different labels that I want you to keep in mind. At the top is the steps for the commissioning cycle. It walks you step by step on how to perform the commissioning cycle. On the second sticker is actually a table for error codes. And notice it has indoor unit, outdoor unit codes, and also when you're doing a commissioning cycle, and also status codes. At the bottom, we have the wiring diagram that I always recommend to take a picture of, although you can find this on the engineering handbook, but it's always nice to keep it handy. And at the very bottom, it's a description of different LEDs and different settings that we can do from the condensing unit using the buttons on the condensing unit. So Keep this in mind that we have a lot of information on the back of this panel. So now let's do the commissioning. Because this unit has been installed in my house already for a while, then we see 00 AC off. But we're gonna reset the system to be able to do the commissioning. In this case, let me do that now so we can proceed to do the commissioning in this example. When you power up the system for the first time, this is what you're supposed to see on the LEDs. 00 AC AO. AO means that the system hasn't been commissioned, so now it's time to start the commissioning cycle. Something very important to keep in mind, this AO, you're supposed to see it also on the LEDs of the evaporators, as well as on the LEDs or the display on the controllers. Why? Because this AO, we want to see it in every unit so that we know that the whole system is ready to be commissioned. If this AO is missing from any of the units, you have to go and check what's going on. You have to fix this AO so that you can proceed to the commissioning cycle. So go back inside and check the units. Walking you through the board, you can see that right here at the bottom of the board we have the dip switches. Then we also have SA1, which is a dip switch for capacity. This one has a silicone glue on it. Do not touch it, do not remove it, leave it alone so we can get ready to work on the unit. SW1 through SWA are the buttons on the main board. We have LEDs, LED1, LED2, and LED3 that are showing us the display, and a jumper cap right next to it. Make sure that this jumper is installed on the board. If it's a brand new unit, you're gonna see there, you won't be able to miss it. But in case you're working on a new board or a replacement board actually, then make sure that the jumper is there. It could have been that the previous technician removed it, didn't know what to do with it, so make sure that the jumper is there. To start the commissioning cycle, we have to press SW7 for 5 seconds. You can see that it says SW7. If you can, then count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then press SW7 for 5 seconds. You'll see how the display will change automatically. So let's give it a try now. Press SW7, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and let go. Step 1 is checking for a master outdoor unit. Step 2 is auto-addressing IDs for the evaporators. It's automatic, it will take about a minute or so, and it will also assign a master in the unit for operation of the whole system. Step 3 is identifying quantity of condensing units. In this case, because it's just one, it will automatically jump to the next step. Step 4 is asking to confirm the quantity of evaporators. As I showed you before, I have 3 units in my house, so 3 is correct. So what I do is I go and press SW7 to confirm the quantity of evaporators, and I just wait, I just give it a second until it accepts the command. So it takes about 2 seconds to move up to step 5, and on step 5 is doing an internal check on the condensing unit, especially on the diversity of the system. So just give it a second. And on step 6 is gonna do a sensor check for the condensing unit. It's also an automatic check. Just give it a second, give it about a minute actually to do the check by itself. Step 7 is an internal check for the sensors on the evaporators. Also give it about a minute or so. Then it comes the step 8, which is the 8-hour preheating cycle for the compressor. I always recommend to wait the 8 hours. Do not try to force it. Do not try to skip it. Just give it 8 hours for the system to do its job, which is to extract any oil that could have mixed, or actually any refrigerant that could have mixed with the oil. So 8 hours. Guys, just wait 8 hours until the system do its thing, and then we're ready to go. Because this system has been commissioned before, then I'm able to press confirm SW7 to move up to the next step. But in your case, if it's a brand new unit, just wait the 8 hours, and then the system will automatically jump to step 9. Step 9 is a quick refrigerant charge check, and then it will jump into step 10. On step 10, the system is checking that the valves are fully open. You will hear the compressor kick on, as well as the fan motors, and the system will run for a few minutes. Make sure that you open the valves before you start the commissioning cycle. Otherwise, you're going to have an issue here. So do that before you start the commissioning. And then when you get to step 10, just let the system run. It will take again about 5 minutes or so. And then you will see that the system will jump automatically to step 12. On step 12, the system is asking us to confirm that we're ready for the startup cycle. So in this step, we're going to go ahead and press SW7 to confirm. We're going to press it once, and then we'll see how it jumped automatically to step 15. Step 15 is the full startup cycle. On this step, the system will run at full speed and at all the possible combinations of configurations that we have in the system. So on a mini VRF, it will take about 40 minutes, and on a 3-phase cycle, it will take about an hour. So at this moment, all you have to do is wait, let the system run, and keep an eye on the LEDs and the display of the evaporators. When the commissioning cycle is finished, you will see on the LEDs 00 AC off. This means that the system has finished and now the system is off. So it's time for us to go inside and turn on all the evaporators. So once you're done, just close the condensing unit and then you go back inside to check all the evaporators. So let's see what we have inside of the house. Once we finish doing the commissioning, now it's time to take a look at the controllers. As you can see right now, we see just the controller is turned off. It's showing 61 Fahrenheit as the setting temperature. So let's turn them on. We finished the commissioning. It was pretty simple, right? As you could see, it was only pressing a button on the main board, and now everything just runs smoothly. Everything starts when we do everything right from the beginning on the selection software. So don't forget, always go back to the selection software, do your selection, and go by the selection software report. Once you have everything ready, all you can do is finish installation, press a button, and you're ready to go. The system will run just smoothly. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm actually active in the chat. If you like, just go there and ask a question. You can also reach me by email. We will also be creating a Facebook group, and there you're gonna be able to join the community of technicians, consultants, engineers, everyone that's interested on VRF, on Lennox VRF. That way we can create a community and ask questions and continue learning about Lennox VRF. So I hope to see you there. I will see you the next time. Bye.